Warning to all crypto investors. This could drop crypto fast, but this is why I'm smiling. In today's video, I'm going to break down how cryptocurrency could have a pretty nice pullback in April. But remember, when there's a pullback, don't trip, dime in hand, accumulate. When it goes up, have an exit plan. Very simple. So in today's video, I'm going to break down how the rates are going up. What is going on? And I'm going to give you the inversion on how rates affect your crypto so that we don't panic sell during these markets. My name is Coach JB. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple so the normal everyday person can implement them. I've created a bunch of resources for people to support them based on questions that we get. Number one, I'm a licensed insurance agent. I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states. And I teach people, and my team shows people how we secure our profits using insurance to guarantee our principal. I currently use, and I've been using since 2020, Index Universal Life. It's works fantastic for me. But there's many other options on ways to secure your wealth during these volatile times. So click the description of this video down below or in my social media platform. Click the bio, set up an absolutely free consultation. You can download our free book as well that breaks down everything that I do. And our new website is updated in the bio and down below, so you can join our Warrior Academy if you choose to. So let's dive right into this. This is exciting times. This is the moment we've been waiting for since 2022 as the bull run collapsed. But I want to share with you guys from a macroeconomic level. I've gotten tons of questions. What's going on with crypto? One thing I'll share with you guys, remember, take a deep breath. You have to be non-emotional about these markets. It is extremely speculative. It's going to be extremely volatile. We're in one of the craziest economic times, 2024, climate change narrative. We have a social geopolitical narrative. We have a war narrative. And we have the craziest presidential election that we'll ever experience in our human history. We have America. Inflation is not coming down. They're telling us they're going to lower interest rates and they're not lowering interest rates. So you're going to see all kinds of volatility within the markets. Okay. So what happened yesterday, Bitcoin tumbled $5,000 in 24 hours as interest rates jumped. That happened on April 2nd. Now remember, just write this down. Interest rates. I follow interest rates and I follow the political narratives. Okay. I don't get caught up in charts and things like that. We have a team that does all that stuff, but I'm more historical patterns, human patterns, emotional patterns, and interest rates. Okay. So what I do know is that it's going to continue. I believe in my belief system that there's a couple things happening. So interest rates, obviously what I'm going to show you in the 10-year treasury bonds, they went up, right? And so everybody priced in a bunch of drops and it hasn't happened yet. So all that was priced in, right? So that moved the markets up. Now they're like, wait a minute, they're not dropping rates. Guys, inflation is not under control. Jerome Powell is going to hold out as long as he can. They actually should be raising interest rates to get our economy normalized, but they're going to lower them before the presidential election, which is going to be amazing because we have the Bitcoin halving coming. And then the back end of the year, it's going to go up. Okay. So what is going to happen is this interest rate narrative is going to pump the markets up, pump them down. So when interest rates go up, it makes the dollar more attractive, which makes people pull from their investments into the dollar. When interest rates go down, simplistically, people pull because the dollar is devaluing, they pull it into investments. Okay. So now we have this crazy dichotomy of we have the Bitcoin halving. Okay. There's going to be a huge inversion. You have the Bitcoin halving, which is going to reduce the supply that's being mined. Okay. Which is going to create a parabolic move on the back end of the year. And they're going to lower interest rates at least one time before the presidential election because they want to get reelected. And what happens when interest rates go down? Very simplistically, your crypto goes up. That's why I'm not emotional about the market. So when I see these big dips like this, I actually get really excited. I'm hoping that it pulls back really hard in April, really hard, because I would love to accumulate more. I would love to accumulate more Bitcoin, more XRP if it drops low enough, more ETH, more HBAR. If it goes down, I'm buying, guys. If it goes up, I'm selling. It's that simple. There's not some crazy strategy that I follow. When it goes up and as everybody's getting super excited by every time all the hype comes in, I've already sold like 4 times, right? And then I secure, for me, I max fund my Index Universal Life policies. I get more precious metals. I invest in more companies and I continue the cycle. There'll be waves of energy that go. Imagine a world if the crypto just went straight up all the time. It doesn't work that way, guys. We have to be not attached to these markets and understand how macroeconomics work. So let's just listen to this really quickly, just the beginning of this video. There's a 10 to 15% chance that the Fed doesn't cut rates at all this year. I don't think so. So this is what Roger Ferguson says.
Index rising in line with expectations last Friday. Our next guest says that the market should temper expectations of 3 rate cuts this year and possibly even give small odds to the less likely but not impossible notion of no cut at all. I want to bring in Roger Ferguson, Fed Vice Chair and a CNBC contributor. Let's go straight to the idea of no cut at all. What do you think the true odds of no cut at all are, Roger? Because the market does not have that baked into their cake.
Well, look, right now, I think the true odds are low, call it 10 to 15%, but not zero. And the reason is that inflation has, for a couple of months, remained a little higher than one might have hoped. I describe it as firmer. Chair Powell over the weekend, having seen the incoming data, was clear that the 3-cut dot plot is conditional on the data playing out as expected. And so I think right now it's really much a wait and see. Right. The Fed's in no rush to cut. And
that's what I want you guys to hear. They're in no rush to cut, guys. Okay. To me, that's good news, because if they cut right now, crypto would go parabolic. To me, it creates more buying opportunity, but organically with the Bitcoin halving, it's going to make crypto go up on the back end of the year. And the longer they wait, to me, the better off, guys. The longer they wait, because if the Bitcoin halving, when the Bitcoin halving happens, that creates that natural parabolic move in Bitcoin, and then all the profits move into alternative coins. Then they cut rates, presidential election, boom, crypto goes through the roof. That's why you have to have an exit plan. What goes up must come down, and it's going to come down hard, in my opinion, just like it did on everybody in 2022. Okay, so bond market sees fewer rate cuts than Fed deepening losses. Traders no longer price in 3-quarter price cuts. So that was where you saw the big parabolic move. Did it start on the back end of last year? It went into the front end of this year, right? You started to see all the markets go up, and it didn't even make any sense, right? Based on where our economy is at. But it's because they priced in 3 rate cuts. And so they were pricing in 3 rate cuts, but we're not going to see that, right? So now everybody's like, oh, shoot. So it's this delicate tightrope of back and forth, back and forth. 10-year treasury yields hits highest level since November as bets on June rate cools down. So 10-year treasury note yield jumped Tuesday, adding to its gains from the previous session as traders recessed the possibility of Federal Reserve's cutting rates in June. So now where we're at is they're like, oh, we had 3 rate cuts baked in. And now they're like, shoot, I don't think they're going to cut rates in June, right? So now people are trying to figure out what they're going to do. The 10-year treasury yield went up, but they can't stop the Bitcoin halving. They can't stop the natural organic increase in cryptocurrency, right? So here's what I've done. I've gotten non-emotional about these markets, guys, because if you're emotional and your emotions look like the stock market or the crypto market, you're going to get wrecked 100% of the time. That's why we saw so many people. That's why we created Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. We carried around spreadsheets from 2020 to 2022. So in 2020, I think it was 2020, we created the spreadsheets. We started coming up with the idea for Merlin early in 2020 or 2021. And we started developing Merlin, 36,000 lines of codes to build this. We built an interface where we are completely calm. It takes the emotion out of it. So basically what happens is when I get called, I use SHIB as an example because that's one that just went parabolic recently. So SHIB went completely parabolic and I hit 2 exit targets. So I'm chilling, doing my videos and research, and Merlin sends me an alert. You hit your first exit target. Boom. I went to my exchange. I exercised the trade. I had told me how much, based on my tax bracket, how much I need to put away for Uncle Sam based on long-term capital gains. I put that away. Boom. I put that into my cash. Okay. And then for me, I max fund my index universal life policies. Now, why? Now, anyways, you guys can get Merlin 30 days for free in the description down below. I am the co-founder and creator of Merlin. We created this to help people help exit the market so you don't get wrecked, okay? And it's also in my bio here, okay? So for me, I share this every single video. What I personally do is I pull my profits and I'm max funding my index universal life policies. The why behind that is because I can access, it's not a retirement account, very important. People call it a retirement account. It's not a retirement account. They call it that because of a tax code called 7702A, which allows you to access insurance, the cash value of insurance tax-free. They're not attached. It's not a 772A plan like some people say. 7702A is a tax code that allows you to access cash value of insurance policies tax-free, okay? That's just a code that allows you to do that. So I like the fact that I can access my cash value. I also like that I can access it tax-free. I also like that I can OPM, I can use other people's money. So I can borrow against the insurance company, say at 5%. And if I'm netting because it's indexed in the markets, it's index universal life. It's not attached to the market. It's index. It gets market-like returns. It's not in the market. So if I'm getting 7%, I borrow at 5, I'm netting 2% on that policy, right? The beauty in behind it also, it guarantees my principal. So as everybody comes collapsing down in the stock market, in the crypto market, my profits are locked in. My principal is guaranteed. There's a guaranteed in my insurance policy that my floor is guaranteed. I also love that at retirement age, I can access, it's not a retirement account, I can access the cash value tax free. I'm locking in my tax rate. So those are the things that I really enjoy. The thing is, it's not sexy in the beginning. Insurance is not sexy in the beginning. The first 7 years, it takes 7 years to start to compound, right? The great thing about cryptocurrencies, I've been able to gain a large amount of wealth in a short amount of time, which is not get rich quick. It's understanding the game. And I've been able to open policies based on my current paradigm. And as I continue to grow in wealth, I'm going to keep opening policies and max funding them. So that's what I do. And then on top of that, businesses, right? Information technology and attention and education, and then precious metals, silver. And I'm using, I've kind of switched my narrative. I'm using Bitcoin as my gold. So I'm trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as I can during these pullbacks. And then God and Jesus Christ. That's my foundation. And so that happened at 11:11 when I said that's beautiful. Yeah, that's my foundation. And so if all this went away, I'm still the richest man in the world. And that's what I encourage everybody, is to create that unconditional love. And, you know, from my family's heart here, I really love you guys. I really appreciate you. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. And I love you. You know, if I ever see you, I'd love to give you a big hug, man. Like, my intention in this is to help provide resources to people. That's why there's thousands of hours of free content. That's why I have the free book, set up a free consultation with the insurance team. Be very careful of scammers as well. I said on every TikTok video and every Instagram video, we do not invest people's money. Very, very important. If anybody's pretending to be me on social or emailing you or proactively DMing you or trying to follow you, that is not me. I can't proactively DM or follow people unless you message me. It's not me, guys. And I do not invest people's money. So don't send anybody money pretending to be me. Our insurance agents, it's a absolutely free consultation. We're paid by the insurance company. We're not paid by the client. Nothing comes out of the client's income. Okay. So very, very important to understand that. And I hate that I have to say that, but there's deep fake AI, all kinds of stuff happening. I just want to protect you guys. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go. I'll see you on the inside.